Have you ever felt like you're running, but not arriving? Like you wake up tired, move through your day on autopilot, check the boxes, pay the bills, meet the expectations, yet something inside you whispers, is this all there is? Have you ever felt like life is not being lived, but endured? If that question hits you somewhere deep, if it stirs something in your chest, then tonight, this message is for you. Because today, we are going to talk about one of the most powerful transformations a human being can make. We are going to talk about the shift from survival mode to purpose mode. Let's be honest, many people in this room are not living, they're surviving. Survival mode is not dramatic, it's not always visible, it doesn't always look like chaos. Sometimes survival mode looks like success. It looks like the job you don't love but can't leave. It looks like the relationship you tolerate because starting over feels terrifying. It looks like waking up every day already exhausted. It looks like playing small so you don't disappoint anyone. It looks like fear dressed up as responsibility. Survival mode is when your decisions are driven by fear instead of vision. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of not being enough, fear of losing what little security you've built. And here's the dangerous part. Survival mode can feel normal. You adapt to it, you adjust to it, you convince yourself this is just how life is, but deep inside, there's a part of you that knows you were made for more than just surviving. Let's understand something important. Survival mode is not weakness, it's protection. It's your mind and body doing their best to keep you safe. Maybe you grew up in instability, maybe you faced rejection, maybe you experienced loss, maybe you were taught that dreams are unrealistic and security is everything. So you learn to play it safe, you learn to stay small, you learn to avoid risk, and at some point your focus shifted from growth to safety, from expansion to protection, from purpose to paycheck. And there is nothing wrong with survival mode when it's necessary, but survival mode was never meant to be your permanent address. It was meant to be a season, not a lifestyle. Let me ask you a powerful question. What is it costing you to stay where you are? Not financially, emotionally, spiritually, creatively. What is it costing you to silence your calling? What is it costing you to ignore that idea you keep thinking about? What is it costing you to keep choosing comfort over courage? Because survival mode might protect you from failure, but it also protects you from greatness. It protects you from impact. It protects you from fulfillment. It protects you from discovering who you truly are. And the longer you stay in survival mode, the more your potential starts to feel like regret. You don't want to wake up 10 years from now and realize you lived someone else's version of your life. You don't want to look back and say, I could have, I should have, I wish I had. That's not why you're here. Now let's talk about something powerful, purpose mode. Purpose mode is not about having everything figured out. It's about choosing intention over fear. Purpose mode is when you stop asking, how do I avoid pain? And start asking, how do I create impact? It's when your life shifts from reaction to direction. In purpose mode, you wake up with a reason. You work with meaning. You struggle with understanding. Because even your challenges serve something bigger. Purpose mode doesn't eliminate fear. It makes fear secondary. It doesn't remove obstacles. It gives you strength to move through them. And here's the truth. Purpose mode is not about perfection. It's about alignment. Alignment between who you are and how you live. So how do you move from survival mode to purpose mode? There is always a turning point. And that turning point begins with a decision. A decision that says, I refuse to shrink any longer. I refuse to live only for security. I refuse to let fear be my leader. Every transformation starts with a choice, not a guarantee, a choice. You will never feel fully ready. You will never have total clarity. You will never eliminate all doubt. But clarity does not come before action. Clarity comes from action. You don't discover purpose by thinking about it. You discover purpose by stepping toward what pulls you. The first shift you must make is this. Stop seeing yourself as a victim of your circumstances and start seeing yourself as the author of your direction. Yes, life may have been unfair. Yes, you may have been hurt. Yes, you may have been underestimated, but your past explains you. It does not define you. Purpose mode requires ownership. Ownership of your time, ownership of your growth, ownership of your healing, ownership of your dreams. When you stop waiting for permission and start giving yourself permission, everything changes. Purpose is not something you invent. It's something you uncover. It's hidden beneath fear, beneath expectations, beneath comparison. Ask yourself, what makes me lose track of time? What conversations energize me? What injustice makes my heart burn? What problem do I feel called to solve? Purpose lives in the intersection of what moves you and how you can serve others, because purpose is never just about you. It's about contribution. It's about impact. It's about legacy. When your work, your energy, your life contributes beyond yourself, that's purpose mode. Let's be clear. Purpose mode requires disruption. You may need to disrupt habits, disrupt environments, disrupt relationships, disrupt routines. You may have to outgrow spaces that once felt safe. You may have to say no when you're used to saying yes. You may have to disappoint people who benefited from your smallness. Growth is uncomfortable. Expansion is uncomfortable. But staying the same is also uncomfortable. The difference is this: one discomfort leads to growth. The other leads to regret. Choose your discomfort wisely. Purpose is not a single leap. It's a daily practice. You build it like a muscle. You build it by taking one courageous action, having one honest conversation, setting one boundary, learning one new skill, showing up one more time. Small, consistent steps compound into massive transformation. You don't have to change your entire life tomorrow. You just have to take one aligned step today, and then another, and then another. Momentum builds confidence. Confidence fuels courage. Courage expands possibility. You cannot move into purpose mode while surrounded by people committed to survival. Environment matters. Energy matters. Voices matter. Who are you listening to? Who influences your decisions? Who challenges you? Who reminds you of who you are becoming? If you want to shift frequencies, you must change inputs. Read books that stretch you. Listen to voices that elevate you. Have conversations that expand your thinking. Protect your mind. Protect your vision. Protect your becoming. Because the world will always offer you comfort, but it rarely offers you courage. You must cultivate that intentionally. One of the biggest reasons people stay in survival mode is fear of failure. Let's redefine it. Failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is data. Failure is feedback. Failure is refinement. Every person you admire, every leader, every innovator, every creator has failed more times than you know. What separates those who live with purpose from those who stay in survival is not talent. It's resilience. It's willingness to try again. It's the ability to say, that didn't work. What can I learn? When your mission is bigger than your ego, failure loses its power. Here's the deepest transformation of all. You don't move into purpose mode by changing what you do. You move into purpose mode by changing who you believe you are. Survival identity says, I need to be safe. I can't afford to risk. I'm not ready. Purpose identity says, I am capable. I am called. I am responsible for my gifts. You must see yourself differently before you live differently. Speak differently to yourself. Stand differently. Decide differently, because your life will always reflect your identity. Upgrade your identity, and your behavior will follow. Purpose mode means you don't drift. You design. You don't react to life. You respond intentionally. You wake up asking, what matters today? How can I grow today? How can I serve today? You stop measuring your life only by income and start measuring it by impact, by growth, by alignment, by fulfillment. You begin to live on purpose, not by accident, and it will. There will be days when you question everything, days when progress feels slow, days when fear tries to reclaim its throne. In those moments, remember, growth is not linear. Transformation is messy. Breakthrough often follows breakdown. Do not quit in the valley. Do not abandon your purpose because the path got steep. Mountains are climbed step by step. So is destiny. Imagine waking up energized because your work means something. Imagine using your gifts unapologetically. Imagine no longer needing validation because you are aligned. Imagine looking back at your life and feeling proud, not because it was easy, but because it was intentional. That life is not reserved for a chosen few. It is available to anyone willing to choose it, including you. There is no perfect time. There is no ideal season. There is only now. If you keep waiting until you feel fearless, you will wait forever. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is action in spite of fear. So tonight, I ask you, what is one step you've been postponing? What is one conversation you need to have? What is one idea you need to explore? What is one risk you need to take? Write it down. Commit to it. Move toward it. You were not born just to survive. You were not given talents just to hide them. You were not placed on this earth just to pay bills and play it safe. You are here to build, to create, to serve, to lead, to impact, to leave something better than you found it. Survival mode kept you alive, but purpose mode will make you come alive. And the world does not need more people who are merely alive. It needs people who are awake, people who are aligned, people who are courageous, people who are intentional, people who are living on purpose. So today, make the shift. Choose courage over comfort. Choose growth over guarantee. Choose meaning over mediocrity. Choose purpose over survival. Stand up in your life. Own your story, reclaim your power, and take one bold step toward the life that has been waiting for you. Not tomorrow, not someday, now. Because the greatest tragedy is not failure. The greatest tragedy is untapped potential. And you are capable of more than you have allowed yourself to believe. From this moment forward, you are no longer surviving. You are stepping into purpose. Now go live like it. Thank you.